E. P. Thompson's classic article, The Moral Economy of the English Crowd in the 18th Century, emphasized women's role in many food riots. He argued that the rioters insisted on the idea of a moral community that was obliged to feed them and their families. As one contemporary commentator wrote, "Women are more disposed to be mutinous, and in all public tumults they are foremost in violence and ferocity." John Bostedt later argued that Thompson had exaggerated women's role in food riots. Thompson responded by forcefully rejecting Bostedt's criticism. "We will never know the exact proportion of women's involvement in 18th-century food riots. But it appears that, at the very least, women led or initiated a significant minority of such riots, and they participated in many more. Women had participated more fully in food riots than they had in earlier anti-impressment riots of 1747, in which they defended community interest and enforced community morality. These riots of revolution and resistance opened up opportunities for women to take political action as social and economic influences, and not just as a Republican's wife or a mother." He indicates that women's new assertiveness had something to do with the weakening of the patriarchal control of women as feudalism declined and market relations expanded. Men and women participated in food riots in Ireland, Belgium, the Netherlands and Germany, where contemporary reports claimed that women initiated many riots. Dutch tax riots in the 17th and 18th centuries were more numerous, often more violent, with participants of both lower and lower middle classes, whereas food riots drew only lower-class participants. In the 17th and 18th centuries, at last 26 riots and 50 demonstrations involved women, with 10 being chiefly under their control. Women did the cooking and purchased foodstuffs for their families. Therefore, they were the first parties to be confronted with scarcities of food and high prices. In doing so, women generally controlled much of the household finances. Another reason for their participation is due to the fact that food riots typically started in marketplaces near shops and mills, which is where women gathered the most. One of the most prominent tax riots in 1616 has even gone on record as the Women's Revolt of Delft. Women also conducted nearly a third of food riots during the American Revolution, despite the fact that women were excluded from the vote, unqualified to serve as jurors at courts and law, and were essentially politically disabled by their dependent status. It made a difference that Americans knew that women figured prominently in food riots in England and Europe. And it made a difference that ideas of equity, neighborly dealing, and charity informed American women's daily lives in the colonial period. Roughly 100 women marched a female riot and took to the streets in July 1777, insisting on their right to enforce equitable exchange.